Hey everyone, my name is Hayley Phillips and welcome back to To Seek Serenity, a series of talks I put up on the internet to go through the process of how to deal with your mental health. So in my mental health journey for this year, we've focused on acceptance, we've focused on talking to someone, and now we're going to focus in on exercise. Now, to be honest, I didn't really hit the goal that I wanted to with my exercise. Originally, my goal was to go for a walk for 30 minutes, 5 times a week. So every single work day, being able to get out there, hit 5,000 steps. Now, what I've learned is that I had set myself a binary goal. And for those of you who don't know what a binary goal is, it's one in which it has two possible outcomes. So one outcome is you've passed, you've done it, you've achieved it, and that's great. And then the other one is you haven't hit it, you've failed. And so the pass and fail thing, it's really a negative way of looking at goals, because as soon as you don't hit it, you automatically think that you failed, which is kind of what happened halfway between my journey through the month of March. So what had happened was I started exercising. I think I got like a maximum of 3 days a week, and I kind of was encouraging myself and being like, oh yeah, no, that's okay, I can get better and better each week. But because of the struggle that I had with sleep, it was really, really difficult. And then once I finally resolved it, about 3 weeks into the month, then my sleep was affected by when I was staying over here with my mom. My grandmother, who's 97 years old, she has dementia, and at the moment she's waking up multiple times in the night, and we need to put her back to bed, or my family members will need to put her back to bed. And I'm a light sleeper, so anytime I hear the bell ring, 'cause we've got a bell that's on her door, and somebody gets up to help her either go to the bathroom or put her back to bed, and they're talking with her, it's really super stressful and it interrupts my sleep schedule. So as a result, I didn't really want to get up and do any form of exercise. And so I was kind of like, I kind of gave up by about week 3. I was just like, what's the point? What's the point of me even trying? I haven't hit my goal. I tried doing stretches, but I still didn't feel like it was something successful. And it was then that I realized there was more to my exercise, my problem with exercise on a mental and emotional and an energetic level, than what I had realized. I suppose if you're not in the right place energetic wise, you're not going to change your behavior. It's like you create these mental blocks between yourself and the behavior in which you want to portray and you want to do. So it's like you can't get to that goal, you can't change that behavior and be who you want to be. And it was super, super frustrating, because here I am wanting to motivate people to exercise and I couldn't. And I still feel like there's a little bit more there. But before I get into that, I want to talk about some other things. I mean, we know that exercise is important, first of all, because when you exercise, it releases endorphins in the brain that make you happy. So it's a really good positive chemical. We know also that when you exercise, your body actually loves the motion. And if you don't use up the energy that you've taken in with all the nutrients and the things that you're eating throughout the day, then your muscles can kind of tell, and obviously it builds fat, and you're storing all this stuff, and your body's just like, come on, we've got all this energy, like, let's use it, let's burn it off. And for me, I really notice it when I'm in bed, because I'll just have this need to stretch, just to kind of burn those extra calories. And it's just like I can't get comfortable in bed, because I've just, even though I feel tired, I'm mentally tired and I'm exhausted, my body still wants to be able to get up and do things. And so you really need to be able to have that release. And also, I think when we've got all this negative energy in us from the day, the stresses of life and all those sorts of things, your body as well wants to deal with it and kind of let it all out. And so when you don't have that release, so like in the morning when you're getting up, you let all your frustrations out. I love it when I've got lots of clients who are really motivated with exercise, and they're just like, I was just so angry, I needed to go to do CrossFit, and you're like, get all that negative energy out. And like, it's just something that's just so helpful to them. And I wish I kind of had that mentality, like in my mind, I want to let it out that way. But for me, unfortunately, I have the really bad habit where I eat my emotions instead. Not that I eat too much. Actually, I don't really eat too much during the day. But I'll like snack and nibble on things that are healthy still. But that's still not the point. The point is you got to get moving. And with all the energy work that I've been doing and working on people, usually people who are struggling with moving forward in their life, they usually carry their negative emotions in their legs and in their hips, because that's all about moving forward. So when you exercise and you're moving forward in your life, it actually helps you to get closer to your goals than what you would if you don't. So you kind of are left stagnant. So I'm in kind of the stagnant stage, but I've actually appreciate being in this stage. I actually appreciate knowing and understanding more about the energy, how it works, thought perspective, and that sort of thing. It's going to be really hard if you're depressed or if you're anxious to actually get the motivation to even exercise at all. So finding the right exercise is probably something that's better for you. I would recommend doing something really, really small. Even if it's just turning on one of your favorite songs that you can dance around in your room, just in the safety of your home. Because a lot of people who are highly anxious and depressed, they don't want to go out and exercise around anyone and be seen, and they feel like they're being judged. So finding things to do around the house is even enough exercise for you. Even if you're just like cleaning or doing the weeding in the backyard, something that's physically active. Because when you're doing those things, you're releasing the energy, the negative emotions, the stress, or the extra energy that if you're eating a lot more, just releasing the energy that you've stored up throughout the day. Because when you do, that's when your brain releases the endorphins that you need. So, you don't have to be like me and have that goal, 5 days a week, you're going to go for, or you're going to hit that 5,000 steps. For you, it might be something completely different. Whatever you feel comfortable with, let that be your goal. And don't put pressure on yourself to be able to achieve it on a regular basis. Be more open. If there are days when you're feeling tired, just let yourself be tired. Do some light stretching instead. Do some yoga whilst you're watching Netflix. Like whatever it is, whatever you have the energy and the motivation to do, just try and do something. So for the month of April, we are going to be focusing in on music and entertainment, which I think is something that's so important. I love entertainment. I'm a writer. I love my imagination and what it can do. But we've got to remember, sometimes with music and entertainment, there are some things that are really good for our health, and there are some things that are probably not so good with our health. So if any of you have any comments, feedback, things that you want to suggest for the talk for next month, any comments on what I brought up today, feel free to leave it below. Until then, I'm Hayley Phillips, and I hope you have a wonderful month next month. Catch you later.